Today we're going to show you experiment 5.1 under the Ohm's Law unit. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the 12 volt supply, then we're going to move to the 5 volt supply, and we're going to measure resistance, voltage drop, and current. We're going to start off by, we have our circuit set up here. First step, sure our meter is hooked up correctly. We got our black lead here in the common area, and then we have the red lead here where it shows volts and ohms. We're measuring ohms. Got our meter set to the right selection. First thing it asks us to do is check the resistance at D. There we go, we got 99.9. I think we'll just put 100, and you can just do the ohm sign. Now we already know that we're going to be using the same resistor, so it'd be just as easy right now. We don't have to measure this twice because we're using the same one. So we know we got a 100 ohm resistor when we're going to do the 5 volt supply as well. We'll take and hook up our circuit. Here's our 12 volt battery. We're going to connect our wires, make sure our switch is off. Next thing it asks us to do is check our voltage drop. So all we have to do, our meter leads are in the right spots. We just have to take and go to DC voltage, power up our circuit. We're going to check voltage drop across the resistor. We'll turn on our electrical board. And our voltage drop is, we'll just keep it easy, 12 volts. Our next step is we're going to check our current. Now this is very important that we make sure we set our meter for measuring amperage. This is where we have to switch our meter lead over to our amp port. Very, very important that we take and disconnect one part of the circuit, and we're gonna hook our meter in series. Once it's hooked up, our current's gonna flow through our meter, and our reading, we'll just say 126 milliamps. So we checked each one, checked our resistance, our voltage drop, and our amperage. So now we're going to switch over to our 5 volt tap here. So this is basically like a 5 volt battery. We already checked our resistor. It is a 100 ohm resistor. We're going to power up our circuit. Go back to DC voltage. Check our voltage drop across the resistor. We have 5 volts. And then now we're going to check our current, same way we did it when we checked with the 12 volt circuit. We're just going to take and switch our meter over to amps. Got to switch our red lead over to the amp port. Hook our meter in series. And we're going to check our current. So we have 52 milliamps. Question it asks is, why did the current change? Well, we changed our potential. So we took and we started out with the 12 volt battery, and when we switched over to the 5 volts, we have less potential. So there's not as many electrons being able to be pushed out. So we have less current flowing through this circuit.